Have you ever walked through a crowded room and felt like you were observing the world from behind a glass wall? Have you ever been called intense, oversensitive, or difficult simply because you asked a question that went too deep? Maybe you have been caught talking to yourself in the grocery store and felt the shame of people staring at you. Or perhaps you have been accused of being lazy because you spent 3 hours staring out a window, lost in a world that only you can see. For most of your life, society has likely told you that these behaviors are flaws. They tell you to stop overthinking. They tell you to get your head out of the clouds. They tell you to just fit in and be normal. But what if I told you that the very habits you have been trying to hide are actually the fingerprints of a superior mind? Psychologists and neuroscientists are now discovering that people with exceptionally high IQs often display a specific set of behaviors that the rest of the world considers weird. These are not glitches in your personality. They are features of a high performance cognitive engine. If you have ever felt like an alien on your own planet, this video is for you. Today, we are going to vindicate you. We are going to look at 5 strange habits that are actually signs of high intelligence. And by the end of this video, you will understand why you do the things you do. You will realize that you are not broken. You are just operating on a different system. Let's begin with the first sign, which is often the most embarrassing for people to admit. You talk to yourself, often out loud, and you do it constantly. In movies, the person muttering to themselves is always portrayed as crazy or unstable. But in the world of neuroscience, self-talk is recognized as a sign of high cognitive efficiency. Think of your brain like a computer processor. For most people, the data load is manageable, so they can process everything silently in the background. But for a high IQ individual, the brain is processing information at a speed and volume that is overwhelming. You are not just thinking about one thing. You are connecting patterns, analyzing history, predicting futures, and solving problems all at once. When the internal RAM gets full, your brain needs an external hard drive to organize the data. That is what your voice is. When you talk to yourself, you're not hallucinating. You are slowing down your thoughts to give them structure. Studies have shown that people who talk to themselves while performing a task actually complete it faster and with fewer errors than those who stay silent. You are literally coaching yourself through the complexity of your own mind. You are holding a board meeting with the smartest person you know, yourself. So the next time someone looks at you strangely for muttering under your breath, remember this: you are not crazy. You are simply conducting a high-level briefing with your own executive team. Now, let's move to the second habit, which often gets you labeled as arrogant or antisocial. You have an absolute physical allergy to small talk. You know the feeling I am talking about. You're at a party or a family gathering, and someone asks you about the weather. Or they start talking about a celebrity scandal, and you physically feel your energy draining out of your body. It feels like your brain is suffocating. You try to be polite. You try to nod and smile, but inside you are screaming. Society tells you that this makes you rude or awkward. But the truth is, your brain is wired for depth, not width. High intelligence is characterized by a hunger for meaning. Your mind thrives on complex systems, philosophical questions, and abstract concepts. Asking a high IQ brain to engage in small talk is like taking a Formula One race car and driving it in a school zone at 5 miles per hour. It is not just boring, it is damaging to the engine. You crave high-resolution conversations. You want to know what someone fears, what they dream about, and what they think happens after death. You want to discuss the origins of the universe or the psychology of human behavior. When you cannot find that depth, you prefer silence. This is not because you hate people. It is because you value efficiency. You understand that time is limited, and you refuse to spend your precious moments discussing things that do not matter. You are not antisocial. You are intellectually selective. And that is a valid survival strategy for a mind that needs substance to survive. This brings us to the third habit, which can feel like both a superpower and a curse. You possess a state of constant hyper-awareness. Most people walk through life with blinders on. They enter a room and they see the obvious: chairs, tables, people. But when you enter a room, you see everything. You notice the slight crack in the drywall. You notice that the person in the corner is uncomfortable because their foot is tapping. You notice the hum of the refrigerator is slightly off key. You pick up on micro expressions that flash across someone's face for a fraction of a second. This is because high IQ brains have a lower level of latent inhibition. Latent inhibition is the brain's ability to filter out irrelevant information. For the average person, the brain ignores the background noise so they can focus. But for you, the filter is wide open. You are taking in more data per second than anyone else around you. This makes you incredibly intuitive. You often know things before they happen. You know when someone is lying to you before they even finish the sentence. You can sense danger before it arrives. But the cost of this superpower is exhaustion. You cannot turn it off. You're constantly scanning, constantly processing, constantly analyzing. This is why you might get overwhelmed in busy environments like shopping malls or concerts. It is not that you are weak. It is that your scanner's picking up too many signals. You're seeing the world in 4K resolution, while everyone else is watching it in black and white. So, if you find yourself needing to retreat to a dark room after a day out, do not judge yourself. You're simply rebooting a system that has processed more data in a day than most people process in a week. Now we must discuss the fourth habit, which is the most misunderstood of all: overthinking. How many times have you been told to stop overthinking it? How many times have people told you to just go with the flow? They treat your overthinking like it is a form of anxiety or fear. But for the high IQ mind, overthinking is actually a form of predictive modeling. Your brain is a simulator. When you are faced with a decision, you do not just see option A and option B. You see the entire decision tree. You see the 10 steps that come after option A. You see the potential risks, the side effects, and the long-term consequences. You are playing chess, while everyone else is playing checkers. This ability to simulate the future is what allowed humans to survive and build civilizations. It is the ability to foresee a storm before it hits. It is the ability to see a flaw in the plan before the bridge is built. Yes, it can be paralyzing sometimes. Yes, it can keep you awake at 3 a.m. But it is also the reason you are the person everyone comes to when they are in trouble. Because while they were going with the flow, you were preparing for the disaster. Your overthinking is not a defect. It is a safety mechanism. It is your brain working overtime to ensure that you and the people you care about are safe. So do not apologize for your complex mind. The world needs people who think about the things that everyone else ignores. Finally, we arrive at the fifth habit, which is often mistaken for laziness. You spend a lot of time daydreaming or staring into space. Teachers probably scolded you for this in school. Bosses might have told you to focus. But neuroscience has given this state a name. It is called the default mode network. This is a specific network in the brain that activates when you are not focused on a specific task. For average minds, this downtime is just a blank space. But for high IQ minds, the default mode network is a busy workshop. When you're staring out the window, you're not doing nothing. Your brain is making remote connections between unrelated ideas. This is where creativity comes from. This is where Einstein was when he imagined riding a beam of light. This is where Tesla was when he visualized his motors. They were not grinding away at a desk. They were drifting. High intelligence requires this drift. It needs the space to wander off the path and explore the unknown. If you are someone who needs long periods of unstructured time to just be, that is not laziness. That is incubation. You are letting your subconscious mind work on problems that your conscious mind cannot solve. Some of your best ideas probably came to you in the shower, or while driving, or while staring at the ceiling. That is the power of the daydream. So, let's bring this all together. If you recognize yourself in these 5 habits, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to let go of the shame you have been carrying. You have spent so much time trying to shrink yourself to fit into a world that is too small for you. You have tried to quiet your voice. You have tried to fake interest in small talk. You have tried to numb your awareness. You have tried to stop thinking. But you were never meant to be like them. You were meant to be you. You are part of a group that psychologists call the silent gifted. You are the architects of the future. You are the ones who see the truth when everyone else believes the lie. You are the ones who solve the problems that others cannot even see. It is not an easy path. It can be lonely to be the only person in the room who sees the world in high definition. But it is also a magnificent path. So the next time you catch yourself talking to yourself or zoning out or overanalyzing a decision, I want you to smile. Remind yourself that your engine is running perfectly. Remind yourself that you are exactly who you're supposed to be. And if you ever feel alone, remember that there are others out there just like you. We are all scattered across the world, muttering to ourselves, staring out windows, and thinking about the universe. We are your tribe. If this message resonated with you, and if you feel a little less crazy than you did 10 minutes ago, I want you to do something for me. Go to the comments section below and write 3 simple words. I am not broken. Let those words be your declaration of independence from the expectations of others. And if you want to keep exploring the depths of your mind, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Because here, we do not do small talk. We only do deep dives. We explore the things that matter. Thank you for watching. And remember, your mind is not a burden. It is the greatest gift you have. Use it well.